Because you on Bernie. And I know the truth. You think I'm gonna let you on Bernie and then come get me? I'm the next king?
It seems that Katt Williams has once again stirred up some spicy salsa, and the online community is thoroughly enjoying it. The suave, witty comedian has reportedly taken some playful shots at fellow comedian Steve Harvey, leaving him seemingly puzzled and speechless. The big question on everyone's mind is, what exactly did Katt Williams say, and was Steve Harvey deserving of all the heat?
Because the whole time Bernie was here, you was acting like you was funnier than him. The reason you was supposed to go last is because it was your tour. Tell the truth. It was Steve's tour.
It's widely known, never cross paths with Katt Williams. The seasoned comedian and actor wields a sharp tongue and a linguistic finesse unmatched by many. Those who've dared challenge him have often found themselves outwitted, buried beneath layers of his eloquent wordplay. But it's not just his verbal agility that draws admirers, it's his unwavering honesty. Katt Williams never shies away from speaking his mind, delivering unfiltered truths with a touch of rhetorical flair. Rumors abound that Katt Williams may have set his sights on Steve Harvey as his latest target, though these claims are yet to be substantiated. Allegedly, Williams takes umbrage with remarks attributed to Harvey regarding the late Bernie Mac, accusing Harvey of hypocrisy and disdain towards Mac while he was alive. This contradicts Harvey's public tributes to Mac's talent and character following his passing in 2008. Harvey consistently praised Mac as one of the greatest comedians he'd ever known, honoring his legacy at various events, including the renaming of an auditorium in Mac's honor. Harvey's heartfelt expressions of admiration seem incongruent with the accusations leveled against him by Williams. He painted a poignant picture. A 50-year-old figure, visibly shaken, fighting back tears that threatened to spill over. His eyes, tinged with red, betrayed his sorrow at the loss of a true legend. Despite his efforts, his words faltered, and he sought comfort from his guests, former kings of comedy alum D.L. Hewley and Cedric the Entertainer, who themselves struggled to maintain composure. In a surprising turn, he declared November 14th as Bernie McDay in Chicago, urging the city to honor the comedian's memory with Thanksgiving-like celebrations. Yet Katt Williams dismisses this gesture as mere showmanship, alleging that Steve Harvey's public display of admiration for Mac is insincere. Williams suggests a deeper animosity between Harvey and Mac, insinuating that Harvey's sentiments stem from envy rather than genuine respect. He leveled accusations against Harvey, claiming a struggle over roles that seemed tailor-made for Bernie. Williams questioned Harvey's sincerity in light of alleged attempts to snatch roles meant for Bernie, like in Ocean's 11. Yet despite these clashes, Harvey's grief seemed genuine at Bernie's funeral. As the kings of comedy paid homage, Harvey's tribute resonated deeply, highlighting Bernie's comedic brilliance and stage presence. Williams, however, saw Harvey's emotional display as mere theatrics for the cameras, questioning his authenticity. He criticized Harvey's alleged animosity towards Bernie in life, contrasting it with his apparent mourning. Williams also questioned Harvey's disinterest in pursuing film roles, attributing it to a lack of versatility. In Williams' eyes, studios sought dynamic actors, a quality he felt Harvey lacked. This is the same guy who supposedly had it out for Bernie Mac. In Hollywood, where around 30,000 new scripts pop up each year, not a single one is looking for a character described as a country bumpkin with speech issues and a resemblance to Mr. Potato Head. You've got to have versatility. Curiously, Katt wasn't the lone voice casting doubt on Harvey's authenticity. Bernie Mac's longtime friend, DJ Ed Lover, echoed Katt's sentiments, alleging that Bernie had shared his suspicions about the TV game show host's true feelings, but Bernie's apprehensions didn't end there. Reportedly, he confided in Ed Lover about Steve's alleged use of underhanded tactics against him over time. During an episode of his Come On Son podcast, the respected DJ weighed in. The remarks Katt Williams made regarding Steve Harvey's alleged efforts to snatch Bernie's role in Ocean's 11 and similar incidents were reportedly narratives Bernie personally disclosed to me, the New York native disclosed. I place my trust in Bernie Mac's assertions that Steve Harvey held negative feelings towards him. Steve subtly hinted at a discord with Bernie Mac during his time on stage. According to the TV host, his relationship with the Kings of Comedy cast soured when they shifted focus from stand-up to TV and film pursuits. Steve maintained he turned down numerous movie offers, preferring TV work during the week and stand-up gigs on weekends to uphold his stand-up reputation. However, Katt Williams disputed Steve's sincerity, suggesting every comedian dreams of acting and insinuating Steve's limited talents confined him to TV hosting roles. Longtime comedy followers seem to echo Katt's sentiment, pointing to instances where Steve appeared resentful towards Bernie, particularly over career choices. Many saw Steve's behavior as hypocritical, openly expressing animosity towards Bernie while mourning him at his funeral. The revelation of Steve's alleged attempt to replace Bernie in Ocean's 11 added fuel to the skepticism. For many fans, Ed Lover's confirmation of Katt's claims, based on Bernie's own accounts, provided convincing evidence of Steve's true feelings. Some saw the friction between Steve Harvey and Bernie Mac as typical, believing there was nothing unusual about their feud. They dismissed Katt Williams's claims as mere storytelling, demanding evidence of Harvey's alleged attempts to replace Bernie. These fans argued that Harvey's tears at Bernie's funeral were genuine expressions of his affection for the late comedian. They also commended Harvey for his contributions, such as establishing Bernie Mac Day and renaming an auditorium in his honor, seeing his actions as heartfelt. Yet, Katt Williams remained skeptical of Harvey's sincerity, especially regarding his reluctance to pursue a movie career. Williams pointed out Harvey's involvement in the TV show Hanging with Mr. Cooper, which bore resemblances to Mark Curry's show. During an interview with Shannon Sharpe on Club Shay, Williams highlighted these similarities, casting doubt on Harvey's claims about his aspirations. Now Steve's got a sitcom where he's the principal, suited up with a high-top fade, making every black man think he's got the sharpest lineup in the game, and it's all a man unit, Katt remarked. Then you ask him, why aren't you a movie star? And he says, I never wanted to be one. Katt accused Steve Harvey of stealing jokes from Mark Curry's comedy routine. He claimed Steve attended one of Curry's shows and later used Curry's Halloween jokes in his own comedy special without giving credit. Mark Curry confirmed Katt's accusation, stating that while Steve did borrow his material, he made some alterations.
I saw my material on his show, so I had a beef on that.
On what show?
When he was on his the talk show he had, and he did all.
Curry recounted the incident, recalling how a friend urged him to switch channels, revealing that Steve was performing his material on TV. Shocked, Curry complied and witnessed Steve Harvey delivering his jokes without giving credit. Fuming with anger, Curry confronted Steve for his actions. Regarding the Steve Harvey situation, Curry expressed concern, suggesting it might not be Steve himself stealing his material. He entertained the possibility that one of Steve's writers might be responsible, but emphasized that they all knew whose material it truly was. Mark Curry believed Steve had underlying motives for stealing his material, suggesting it wasn't solely about money. Curry speculated that Steve's actions stemmed from a desire to emulate him, implying Steve envied his style and wanted to be him. Despite this, Curry asserted his confidence in his own standing within the comedy scene, viewing Steve's actions as a form of flattery. Interestingly, Steve isn't the only comedian Katt Williams has accused of plagiarism. Cedric the Entertainer, another original member of the Kings of Comedy, faced similar allegations from Williams. Williams claimed Cedric attended one of his shows at the Comedy Store, enjoyed his performance, and then replicated his entire set in one of Cedric's own shows. According to Williams, Cedric made only minor alterations to the endings of the jokes to create the illusion of originality. Williams expressed frustration, particularly since the stolen material included his best and closing jokes, performed as far back as 1998 on Comic View. Cedric visited the Comedy Store, praised my performance, and admired a particular joke. 2 years later, he showcased the same joke as his finale on The Kings of Comedy, nearly identical to mine, but with a slight twist, transforming a car into a spaceship. Unfortunately for Cedric, the joke was my signature piece, often saved for the closing act, and had been featured prominently on BET, even making it into the show's commercial. He assumed he could swipe the joke unnoticed, but I had already performed it twice on BET's Comic View. Receiving high praise and even featuring in their promotional material, Cedric retaliated, accusing me of rewriting history and downplaying the significance of his career to just one joke. He asserted his extensive filmography and successful brand as proof of his talent and originality. Additionally, Ricky Smiley faced criticism from me for alleged disrespect during the filming of Friday After Next. Katt alleged that Ricky once claimed in an interview that the role of Money Mike in the movie was intended for him, thus he didn't need to audition. However, Katt countered, stating that the role was open for auditions and he auditioned like everyone else before securing the part. Katt further mentioned that Ricky was displeased about not getting the role and boycotted the movie premiere. Katt also expressed frustration with Ricky's behavior during filming, leading him to include a clause in his contract stating he wouldn't work with Ricky again unless he wore a dress. Ricky Smiley refuted Katt's claims, insisting he never said the role was meant for him and clarified that he auditioned like any other actor. He admitted he lost the role to Katt and praised Katt's performance. As for the dress, Ricky stated that decision was likely made by Ice Cube, the film's producer. He believed the added twist to the character was a better choice and made the role funnier. Despite this clarification, some fans still believed Katt's claims, citing his credibility and pointing out that Ricky did wear a dress in his next movie, First Sunday. Meanwhile, Steve Harvey chose not to respond to Katt's accusations, opting to remain silent. And with that, we conclude today's discussion. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.